Ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you for gathering. I'm glad we're gathering today versus last week. How about that? And I want all of you to be in the sun. It's a little more muddy out here on this side, so I think it's perfect for you to all join us in the sun as we share some of the warmth of the message that we have today. So I'm Chantel Krebs. I'm the Regional President and CEO. And so it's great to see such a great group here, and we're going to speak as loud as we can. We're, of course, have sound failures. You always think it's going to work until you get outside, right? And so I'm going to introduce as we go through, and there's programs. If you don't have a program, Sigrid has more programs. If you don't have them, please join us and follow along with our programs. So at this time, I'm going to turn over to Sister Deb Nelson. Of course, she's our Vice President of Mission. And she's been almost about a year with us, representing the 7, 8 months, we're going to say. So we're glad to have her. So Sister Deb, will you go ahead and lead us in this tribute for, of course, the School of Nursing building that was vacated in 2017, but a lot of you have memories. So let's take time to share and hear those memories and give a tribute to this building.
Thank you for coming and joining us to honor this building, where a lot of people have had wonderful experiences, hard experiences, and most especially have been trained to be nurses that have served this community. I guess we're using this. Okay. And so people who have come and got their education, received their nursing degree, and have traveled to who knows where, bringing health care and everything they learned in their nursing program to communities throughout South Dakota and throughout the United States probably. So we come with hearts full of gratitude and thanksgiving for all that took place and was accomplished here. And so we'll start with a little prayer. And the first part of it just talks a little bit about the importance of why we do a closure service for a building. We stand in Kairos time, God's time, and it is a time for remembering, thanksgiving, and letting go. 74 years ago, this building was missioned to house nursing education, which it did for 34 years. Eventually, the School of Nursing building transitioned to house several grant-funded programs, the St. Mary's Foundation, and Avera at Home. It has served our community well, and many communities that have been touched and served by the graduates of this place. A sense of completion and accomplishment enwraps this space as we have known it. As this generation of leaders, we are invited to acknowledge and gather the fruits of what has transpired here. How appropriate that we should pause to remember with gratitude the ways that lives were touched in this space, how lives were blessed through the joy, sorrows, and knowledge gained here. We pay tribute to this old brick building standing stoic and proud in the heart of our campus, a silent witness to generations passing through its halls, its withered facade etched with stories of all who walked its halls.
Good afternoon. My name is Noah, and I'm a chaplain here at Avera St. Mary's. Please join me for a reading from Ecclesiastes chapter 3. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to end and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace.
Before I introduce our next speaker and a graduate of the School of Nursing, I want to just take the time to look around and raise your hands. Who all graduated from the School of Nursing? I want to see the hands. Wonderful. Oh, Anthony, I did not know that one. And tell us, shout out some years for us. What years was it that you graduated? 73? 75? How about over here? 94. Judy, 94?
75.
75?
82.
82? How about 71? 71? 71 in the back? How about over here?
68.
68.
66.
66 and 61, did you say?
My mom, 61.
61. Good. Anybody else? Anybody else? Wonderful. Yes.
My mom was 61.
61. All right. So two moms are 61. That's fantastic. Well, I think that's just a testament of the years, and I think that message that you just heard from Sister Deb is very relevant, and I hope that you really soak in the memories of what you've had and shared with this building, of what the sisters created, but then also moving forward. So I want to have, not sister, but Patricia Woolridge graduated in 1975, and she's now our director of our oncology services. Just share a moment of memories, if you would, Patricia.
Hello everyone. I see a lot of my classmates and people that I know went to school here, and it really is bittersweet for us because we have such great memories. Those are the people that lived in the dorm. I think they had to be in by 9 o'clock at night. It might have even been earlier. We didn't have cell phones then, so there was one phone booth that people had to stand in line to take turns, and if you got a call, then they would ring your room that you had a call. So we really had the best of all the worlds because we lived right here, we went to school here, and we were able to do our clinicals, and some people actually had part-time jobs at the hospital. So it was a very close family. So I know that there are some of my classmates that are grieving today. After we closed the school in 1985, we also had a partnership with Capital Area Counseling and USD, and several of the people that I work with said that they went to school, had their classes right here, and became RNs. So it's a grieving time for them also. But if you have been inside, you know that it's not usable space anymore. And it just has so many memories and produced so many great nurses that we feel that we just can't let this space go to waste. So even though it's bittersweet, we know that we have opportunities to make better use of the space at this time. The nursing classes were from many people that just graduated from high school, weren't quite so sure if they could handle 2 or 4 years of school, and I think this was a 10-month program. But because it was in this community, there were a lot of farmers and ranchers' wives that were able to take advantage and have a career for themselves. So we really were the demand that was meeting, or the supply that was meeting the demand for most of Central South Dakota. And for that, we're very thankful. We really learned the fundamentals from our nurses, teachers, and classes here. So we just want to thank everyone for coming to celebrate. And again, I'm so glad that so many of you could come and really recognize this special day and this special building and all the memories it holds for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. We appreciate you sharing. And there's a legacy with this building, but all of you that were students and have used your skills throughout your life are the true living legacy of this building. And we thank you and appreciate all that you've done to serve the mission well that the sisters started. And a couple other legacies. For one, this is a legacy to cherish. This is not just a building, but a living memory, a symbol of our shared history, a place where the past and present intertwine. As we let go of the bricks and mortar, let us continue to honor the legacy that lives on, preserving its stories for generations to come. And there's a legacy of learning. The School of Nursing has fostered a rich tradition of nursing education, where knowledge is passed down from experienced faculty to eager students. It continues to be a source of inspiration for us today, to empower and educate aspiring nurses and other healthcare workers, enabling them to pursue their dreams and make a positive impact into the future and on the world.
Good afternoon. My name is Sunshine. I'm a chaplain here in Avera. Please join me in reading Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will answer and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. I will be found by you, declares the Lord.
And we close with a final prayer of gratitude. Master Builder, we come before you with hearts full of gratitude and remembrance. We thank you for the years of love, care, education, and service that have taken place within this building. We honor the dedicated staff, the compassionate caregivers, and the eager students who have called this place home. Their lives have been touched and transformed, and for that we are forever grateful. As we prepare for the demolition of this building, we ask for your blessings on this transition. May it pave the way for new beginnings and opportunities that will continue to serve our community. Help us to carry forward the spirit of kindness and compassion that flourished here. As we honor the memories and the good that was done, we trust in your guidance as we move forward, and we ask for your peace to surround us during this change. May our efforts be fruitful, and may the future be filled with hope and healing. In your holy name we pray, amen.
Thank you, all of you, for coming today. We'll just give you a little overview of what happens next. Of course, you already see the fence around here. You'll see some dumpsters coming in. I guess they're already here. And then you'll see some of the things. What's going to happen is they'll have to remove the items out of the building. So that's going to take a couple of weeks because there's some old items. There's like some things that they're going to be able to recycle in honor of our mission, of course, and our values of stewardship. There'll be some items that will be recycling, whether it be doors or some copper wiring. All of that things will be carried out and removed from the building. So that will take place over the next 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, and then you'll see the process after that. I think Carl, didn't they say about 2 months? 2.5 to 3 months. So you might see it up for a little while longer, or we'll maybe give you an update if we know as it gets closer to the actual raising of the building, the time frame on that. But it's going to take a little time first to get the interior process removed. So again, thank you to all of you, to our nurses in the audience that have these memories here. It's our thanks, as Sister Deb said. I hope that you know you have contributed to the legacy that the sisters started, of course, in 1899 here at Avera St. Mary's in Pierre, and that all of you who've walked those halls have put that love, compassion, and that care out into our communities, not only here, but like you said, Sister Deb, statewide or even nationwide. So we thank you. And I think a round of applause should go to all of you, and have a lovely rest of the afternoon. And thank you for joining us in this tribute of this very special building with all of you as special individuals to be a part of it. And if you hadn't seen in the news, we do and intend to keep the cross. And then the cornerstone, of course, there's 2 cornerstones over here that has the year and, of course, the benedictine cross for our sisters. And so we'll keep both of those, and they'll be a part of our heritage room. And if you haven't had a chance to see the heritage room inside, I know, has a lot of the graduating class pictures. So if you ever want to see that, just reach out to us and we'll get you in there. But a lot of the graduating pictures of all the classes are in the Heritage Room, and that will join. And we may be able to place that in a location outside of the new, not new, but where the building comes off on that face of the older hospital. So we'll see what that happens when that's completed. So thank you again to all of you. We're very blessed to have you join us today.